Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back and we're doing a best of 3 Kaldheim draft. And what am I most excited about here? Well, got some choices. Got some real choices here. Yeah, I wonder if I actually go with the... Do I go with the dual? Do I go with the Snowland here? They both intertapped. Is Shimmer Drift Veil better because it's any color? Or is Ice Tunnel better because it's 2 land types? There's also the Pathway at rare, but I think, oddly enough, the Snow Commons are better than the rare duels. Even though this enters untapped. And, I mean, there's Usher of the Fallen, there's Frenzied Raider, and there's Carter. There's, like, no card in here that makes me... That's blowing me away. Ice Tunnel might be one of the better ones because it's in 2 relevant snow colors. That's actually true. That might be a good argument to take it over the Shimmer Drift Veil. Regardless, I don't actually know. There's just nothing in this pack that's like, take me, take me. So I'm going to take the Ice Tunnel. Very unexciting pack 1, I fully admit. Follow-up pick. Well, Behold the Multiverse is a fantastic card. I'm fine following up with that. There is a Packmate in here, which is a great card too. Behold kind of sticks us a little bit closer to the Ice Tunnel, but Packmate is just so good on its own. I almost would argue it's better than Behold. Is that wrong? I mean, they both foretell, but this you get a 3/3 body and draw. This you get to scry and draw. So you get better card quality, but you don't get a 3/3. There's really not ever a time where I'm like unhappy to get a 3/3 on board. Yeah, I might just take the Packmate. The thing about Packmate is, if I do in fact end up green, I'm going to be still happy I have an Ice Tunnel because I'm probably going to pair with blue and black, especially if I have any sort of snow theme anyway. And then Harald, of course, the card in here, which I could take, I guess, with an Ice Tunnel as well. That's true. But it's a little further away. I'm going to take the Packmate. I honestly think it might just be better than Behold the Multiverse. All right, can follow up with a Struggle, but actually, Avalanche Caller is just nuts. Cannot stress enough how amazing this card is. It's just too good for its own good. Borderline feel bad how good it is. Borderline. It's very close. I've certainly beaten Avalanche Caller and lost with Avalanche Caller, but man, they need to have an answer for this, or if you have any sort of snow theme whatsoever, they are going to be toast. So we'll take an Avalanche Caller over Struggle, despite Struggle being a better, perhaps better follow-up pick to Packmate, but Caller too good. We're taking it. All right, the pick now. So take a Pathway that opens us up for more splashing. Couple green cards that aren't exciting. A Bind, which I guess I could take. I personally don't love Bind the Monster, but I could see the argument for taking it here. And then there's a Snow Mountain, which is not that exciting. Pathway is kind of an okay pick here. What would I splash in white? I don't know, but we might find out. Missing out on Bind the Monster really doesn't matter to me. I really don't like this card that much. Maybe I'm wrong. I've certainly played against it plenty, but I don't really like it that much. I'm going to take this Pathway, which doesn't really do that much, I guess. Or I can take Skimfar Elder Hall and presume I'm going to be 3-color off the bat. I'll take the Pathway. Okay. So in green, we've got an Outrider. That's worthy of mention. I guess Recluse is playable. In blue, we've got the Rune of Flight, which we can stick on any equipment we find, or I can take an Intruder, or Depart the Realm. Both of those, all of those are fine. I mean, if I had a choice between Avalanche Caller and Packmate, I think I'd give the edge to Caller, even though both are fantastic cards. I guess I go Rune. Certainly a decent chance I end up with a Goldvein pick or something. And sticking a Rune of Flight on there is quite good. And I'm missing out on a Depart the Realm for it, which isn't a huge deal. Or I just take an Outrider because it's a random fatty. Nah, we'll go with Rune of Flight. See if we... Ooh, okay. All right, all right. Not sure what I take here. I only like Valkyrie if I'm pretty deep snow. And as much as I'd like to be deep snow, I'm not sure it's going to work out. Could just take the Pretender over a Ken Seeker. It's colorless, so it can really just make the deck, but we need to have some sort of deck theme going on in order to make that work. I might just have to be okay with that. See if it pans out. Otherwise, there's Mists of Lit Yara, which is, I don't really like it that much. It's okay. Kinseeker, which I kind of like, but would probably still rather have a Pretender. Maybe Kinseeker's better, but I feel like it's easy to get congested with the 4-drops anyway, so whatever. So Stronghold, not really happening. Raven Form, Run Ashore. None of these cards are screaming out at me. There's another chance to get a Valkyrie, but we're just not going down a snow path. This is more of a 2-color theme. I guess we take a Run Ashore. It's a top-end card, but it has a big effect, potentially. Maybe more so than a Raven Form. All right, well, at least we're seeing late Augury Raven. There's also the Snow Island in here, though, too. Snow Island, probably too good to pass, though. Gosh, Raven is a great card, too. If I had just a deck full of Ravens and pack mates, you're sitting pretty. And it flies. It does good damage. I'm still going to go Snowland. That's probably not even close, honestly. I think just Snowland when you've got the Avalanche Caller in two colors that utilize snow, it's probably just too good to pass. I can take the Pathway here. Disdainful Stroke is a card I guess I'm kind of coming around on. It is pretty main deckable, but this lets us splash for... Right now we're able to splash for black or... Yeah, and actually our black splash gets a lot better with this Pathway too, so all right. Yeah, we can easily play 3-color now and look pretty good. And now I could take this Sentinel and actually be happy about that too and not really miss out on much. So this makes splashing even easier. It also allows us to ramp. So I can take the Skull Raid, but Skull Raid on the splash doesn't seem great. I guess I take a Thought Thief, which is totally playable. I don't really like Dogged Pursuit for this deck. I guess we can take a Recluse. It's totally fine. Could take the Scorn Effigy too, but don't really care about it. I might actually take the Intruder here because Intruder with like Trickster's God's Heist, which looks fine on the splash, could actually be good. We don't look like we're going to be beat down, so I'm not sure about the Dusk Wielder. So miss just because I don't really have much removal going on. All right, well, we could take the Snowland. Otherwise, there is Mayo, which is going to be too difficult to splash, even with the 1 white land we have and a Sentinel. Could take the Ice-Eyed Troll, but I'd rather have the Snowland, I think. We actually have 0 incentive to splash black currently, other than having 2 pathways. Or, sorry, a pathway and a tunnel to help do it. But taking the Snow Swamp, I guess, makes our caller better. I don't think we want to do the Reflection. It's a little bit too build around. Priest on the splash is awkward. I do want the Ice-Eyed Troll, but I think we need the land more. So I'll take the Snow Swamp and see. I mean, we're reasonably set up to go down a snow route. Like now I can take Narfi, which is actually a good splash. And between Ice Tunnel, Darkboard Pathway, I think we'll be able to make it work. Jorn is cool too, and actually Cauldron is cool. Snow permanents we can play currently are just like an Avalanche Caller though. I probably just take Narfi. Narfi's an excellent card. And then I just go all out taking Snow at this point. Yeah, I think the Jorn is... yeah, Jorn would be good as well, but neither are coming back, and Narfi to me seems really good. Wow, Bornklex? Okay. Taking it over a Snowland and a Packmate. I mean, this card is really, really good. Plus, it just does a lot of things. I like what it does against Sagas, too. They just sort of turns off all your opponent's Sagas, but not to mention it's also a 6-mana 6/6 Trample Haste, which is obviously good. Snowland would be good, Sculptor would be good, Packmate would be amazing, but we're going to take Bornklex and never look back. So I could splash Battle for Bredegard off of a Pathway and a Sentinel. Yeah, that is an actual option, but I might just want the Horizon Seeker because it can find Snowlands, better for our Avalanche Caller. Or I could take the Rune, but I don't need to. Probably don't need to splash this. We'll take a Seeker and probably be okay with that. Or I could take a Wither Crown because our late game plan is not bad. And then this just acts as an actual removal spell for our deck that really can't do much removal. Decent argument there, but I also don't love it. I don't love a weird removal spell on the splash. Narfi on the splash makes total sense to me. All right, we can take the pick. But we did get that Trickster's God's Heist, which makes our Intruder. We can trade a Sentinel. Technically, you can trade off a land for a creature if you have enough mana. I could see Trickster's God's Heist being a decent option, or we can take the pick, like I said, or we can take the Bergstrider. Bergstrider is pretty excellent. Trickster's God's Heist is cool. It might be just cute enough where I don't want it. I'd rather just have the consistency of a 4/4 that taps something down well, and as a snow creature for Narfi. All right. I think I talked myself into it. So we can take the Snow Forest. I think we just take that over everything. There's a Raise the Draugr, which we probably don't need. Skimfar Elderhall is actually becoming playable in here, but we'll do the Snow Forest pretty easily. So Highland Forest now, or we can take Sculptor or Elven Bow, which is another thing maybe we could attach a Rune of Flight to. Give him the old Reach flying combo. Sculptor does ramp, and we have 4 Snowlands already, and it's a 2-drop. It is good. I mean, we have some stuff we can ramp into as well. And we're just taking it over a tapped land with a secondary color we don't need. All right. I guess I'll take Sculptor. There's enough upside in here to taking it, in my view. Works with Narfi. Good for ramping. Probably have enough Snowlands to support it, though I want more, obviously. Bergstrider versus Icehide Troll. The fact that Bergstrider only requires 1, I think makes it better than Icehide Troll. I do like the Troll, too. But it's hard to go wrong with Bergstrider. I've just really liked that card. And I feel like we're going to be able to get to our top end a little bit easier, especially if I take another Sentinel here. Still have a chance to take the Priest. There's a Gladewalker as well, but I'm going to take Sentinel. It fixes, it ramps. Broken Wings for sideboard versus Kinseeker. Kinseeker, I mean, do we have... I don't think we have a need for it. I'm going to take Broken Wings for sideboard. Probably Pretender's not going to make this deck either. Well, we got Wither Crown, or we could take the Giant's Amulet. I don't really need the Amulet. And Wither Crown at this point might just be good enough, or I can take the Mammoth Growth. Honestly, I'd probably just take Mammoth Growth. My thinking is Wither Crown deals with anything, but on the splash, it's more awkward. Splashing as little as possible to me kind of makes sense. And Mammoth Growth I've found to actually be kind of good. Guess we'll just take this. We don't need it, though. All the Mists of Lityara a little boy could ask for. Well, probably don't need Raider's Carve. All right, In Search of Greatness. That's cool. Probably don't need it, though. Yeah, probably don't need it. It is cool. Probably just take a Snow Island and be happy enough about that in this deck. Or I could take the Shimmer Drift Veil, but you got to go with the untapped lands, I think. They're just great. It'd be nice to get the Lindworm back, but I guess we already have quite a bit of expensive stuff going on here. Well, Realm Walker is an actual reason to have creature consistency. Currently, we only have, I guess, 6 rogues, which is what we'd name. Or we just take Inga because it's a great card. It is a 4-drop, but I really like Inga. And Path of the World Tree potentially could do that. I guess not. No, we could with the Sentinel and stuff. It's only... Oh, no, you can find Snowlands with it, too. Yeah, decent argument to take the Path, but I'm still going to go Inga. I really like Inga. I think it's a great card. It's better if you have more synergies with it, but it can be a scary card to face down. Well, Spirit of the Alderguard is really good. Behold is very good. There's Morit, which is going to be good. I may just want the Spirit of the Alderguard. Doesn't require that I have... I mean, I guess you can copy anything with this, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, Morit's pretty good, but I probably want Spirit. It finds us our lands. It finds us Snowlands. It gets us to 5 and 6. It is a snow creature. I could go with the Snow land here. Tap Snowland, because we only have... I guess we're doing okay. We have 5 Snowlands. I'll take the Spirit of the Alderguard, though. It's going to help us fix for Narfi, too. It just makes sense to me. There's a Kraken, which I don't think is that great, but there's really nothing else in here I care about. I could take the Bind for sideboard. I doubt Kraken is good enough to really play. It doesn't have... It's okay. It's just not great. I'll consider it because it's a cute card, and I'm not passing anything I care about for it, but I don't think it's going to happen. All right, we can take Raven Wings. Raven Wings probably good enough. Otherwise, I'm splashing a Way Down or a Skull Raid. It's nice to have a Raven Wings. Flying over top in a deck that has practically no evasion is pretty good. At this point, likely not splashing for white. though we still have 5 snow lands, which is nice. Probably not good enough to hope to make Kraken work, but certainly enough to make Narfi potentially a super late game doing something. It's good with the Bergstriders. Can take the Troll now over Glittering Frost. So Glittering Frost, I guess, does some things for the deck, but Troll just might be good enough now. Probably is. I like having more snow permanents with Narfi too. All right. Decent argument there for taking the Glittering Frost, I think. But I feel like I never get to jam Eyesight Troll, and I like it. It is a good card. With only 5 snowlands, it might not be good enough, but I guess we'll find out. I don't think Pretender is good enough in this deck. Not enough creature consistency to want that. Basically, we're just splashing Narfi now, and we don't even have to run anything other than the Snow Swamp to do so. Because we have Snow Swamp, Ice Tunnel, Pathway, 2 Jesper Sentinels. So easiest Narfi splash I've ever had. I think it's an easy Icebind Pillar here. This is finally a deck where I can play it. I feel like I never get to play this card, so I'm happy about that. Otherwise, I could splash the Avenger, but I don't think we have enough. We actually do have some elves. Probably no Berserkers, but no big deal. We're taking Pillar anyway. Pillar's sweet. Mirror Lake would be a free card for the deck, but we're light on removal, so I actually want the Pillar. Because Pillar is great if you can make it work. Another Bergstrider. Super happy about that. I love Bergstrider. It's expensive, but we're already an 18-land deck. I've been playing a lot of 18-land decks recently, I admit, but this to me definitely seems like an 18-lander. I don't think we need the Intruder. Could take the pick. I don't think we're doing the Rune of Flight pick, though, since we already have Raven Wings. So I guess I can... Maybe I just take a closer look at this card. At the very least, I get 20 gems for it, so sure. Can take a Harbinger here. Can take the Path. Path is a card I can ultimately play and still run the Pathway and potentially make work. And you can find, since it's basic land cards, you can still find Snowlands. All right, whatever. I'll consider it. All right, got Morit back. That's great. I'm taking that over to Part. That's a fun card. Guess we take Bind at least for sideboard. This deck is sweet. All right, all the Raven forms. So this deck is really good. I like it. I think it's cool. It's doing a lot of cool things. For now, I'm going to cut the lands. I know people hate it when I do this, but what can I tell you? I'm a creature of habit. So we're splashing 1 black card, and we already have 3 snow black lands. So that's good. Kraken's probably going to go. Too cute. Not good enough. We've got 17 creatures, and we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 lands. So we make 5 cuts, and we can call it a deck. These miss are pretty awkward. What's my removal without miss? Yeah, we're looking... So this is... You know what's nice about this is... What's cool about this card is that it at least scries 1 every turn for 2 mana, which is not that heavy of a cost to scry 1 every turn. You know what? I'm going to try it out. I'm going to give it a try, see what I think. 2 mana to scry 1 at the beginning of your upkeep is good. That's good value, especially in green. So we'll do it. Yeah, so if I cut miss, which I don't want to run 3 miss. We can at least cut 2 of them. Cutting Rune of Flight, because we have Raven Wings, which I think I do want to play. Because we have no evasion, but a ton of like things that are fat and can win if they can go over top. So that's good. We could cut the Thief or the Recluse. I think I like Thief more. Like knowing what your opponent's going to draw is valuable. They got rid of that effect for a reason, because it's a feel-bad effect. Basically, Jace the Mind Sculptor made that effect, so it was like... And Jace was slightly different because it put it on, from the top of their library into the bottom of their deck, whereas this can put it in the graveyard. But, yeah, doing that to your opponent is just so mean. It's such a mean effect. 17 creatures. And we need to make 2 cuts. So I can cut 2 creatures pretty easily. So it's probably a Recluse. And it could be the Thought Thief too, because I still like the Seeker to find more lands. Path to the World Tree is going to require me to do Pathway. With Pathway, I have green, blue, white, black, and then I have to do red off Jaspera Sentinels. Is the Path to the World Tree worth it? I think that's the real question here, especially in an 18-lander. You know, it's a reasonable question, and I'm not entirely convinced I want to do it, especially since Horizon Seeker can't actually... I'm not going to run a red land, so it's not like this can find a red land, and it can't find our white land. It might not be worth it to do the Path to the World Tree. I think it's just cute enough to not want it. So let's dip out of that plan. And instead, we probably bring back maybe our Thought Thief. Oh, I haven't cut him yet. So wait. 6 plus 12, 18. So I could do this. Yeah. What's our removal again? A Run Ashore, some Bergstriders, sort of. Pillar, Miss, Mammoth Growth. It's not optimal removal, but I like this deck. I think it kind of stays busy. It has some powerful stuff. It stays busy early. We ended up with 5 snow, which is adequate. Certainly adequate for Avalanche Caller. Maybe not so much for Eyesight Troll. But we have ways to find snow, too. Seeker and Spirit. Yeah, this is a cool deck. It's a cool deck. So, color-wise, we're looking at... Oh, dead split on blue and green. But we need the green early to help fix, and we need double green early for that. Double blue for this. Double blue for that. We might still end up doing the even split on green and blue, because this is green as well. So that probably means we can do 1 extra green, maybe. Wait, 5 blue and 6 green. Or 7, wait, this is 9 green, 8 blue. Kind of okay with doing the extra green. To me, that makes sense with the Sentinel and stuff. And the In Search of Greatness, because that's cool. Yeah, In Search of Greatness seems really cool. To 1 plus the highest converted mana cost among other permanents you control. Other permanents. So it doesn't count itself, but you can at least get 2 drops off of it. Wait, no. 1 plus. So at least with nothing else on board, you can only get free 1 mana spells. With anything else on board, it's that plus. Like if you have a 2-drop out, you get a 3-drop. If you have a 3-drop out, you get 4, 4, 5. You get it. It's probably good enough for this deck. Like what's cool about In Search of Greatness with a deck like this is you have a Bergstrider on a Bergstrider and a Narfi in hand. You get to go free Bergstrider plus Narfi. That's pretty sweet. I like that. This is a cool deck. Looks pretty fun. We have enough ways to win, certainly. A little bit weird on the removal front, but certainly good enough to be happy with this deck. So anything I want to do different? I don't think so. Decent sideboard too. Raiden form if there's artifacts or enchantments, or sorry, artifacts or creatures I can't deal with. Bind against hyper aggro. Mists against hyper aggro. Broken Wings against just utility. Not Ball against flying dot deck. Yeah, good utility sideboard here. I'm happy. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right, round 1. We'll play first. Did I forget to put 18 lands in here? I think I did. I think I forgot to put 18 lands. I'll have to do a count after this round. But thankfully this hand's keepable. Anyway. So we're going to do the second green mana with this pathway. Bergstrider's cool, but let's do green and drop a Seeker. Then next turn we can do Spirit. If I tap the Seeker, or I can attack with the Seeker and boast. But I'd rather just slam a Spirit of the Elder Guard here. Sure. I'll take 2. Okay. So this is actually going to prevent us from using our Sentinel currently. Unless we rip an untapped land. Alright, we did not rip the land, and we don't have a blue mana, so definitely hurting now. So I guess we just attack for 1 and pass. But we are just like an untapped land away from being able to play everything in our hand. But I totally just spaced on playing 18 lands. I'm pretty sure we only put in 17, which is definitely wrong with this deck, I would say. Alright, I guess we do that. And keep the Sentinel back to block the Raptor. Oh, geez. So we can bring in Broken Wings for that. That's good. Not sure why he exiled it. Doesn't really reap them much value to do that, because I mean they can't attack into the Sentinel with it, but I don't quite get. Yeah, I don't quite understand why they're exiling there. So I think we'll just take some damage here. Valkyrie Sword, huh? Okay. So we'll see if we get the land. If we do, yeah, so blue is actually really nice. I think we just easily do Spirit here, because then at least I can cast Bergstrider. So we can get our second blue mana, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we'll get a second. Yeah, we want the untapped land. So we'll take the second Snow Island here. And we'll pass. And then I can play Bergstrider to lock down the Glorious Protector. Save myself a few points of damage. Might need to trade off the Shieldmate if they have removal for Spirit of the Elder Guard. I guess if they equip their Shieldmate, I better block it too with my Spirit. I can't afford to take too much damage here. Well, we can double block that, so it's not the end of the world. They can only kill one of our guys, so we'll double block. So we'll take an extra damage from the Shieldmate, but at least they kind of locked up their turn just doing a bunch of equipment. Not that that's that bad for them, but still. Not the worst. We're still alive. So now at least we can go Snowland, Bergstrider, tap the Protector. Oops. I don't know if I want to attack. I mean, they're probably just going to equip up their 1/1. I do feel like I'm in a little bit of a rush here, though. Yeah, I don't want to attack, but my thinking is they have to use all their mana anyway to gear up their 1/1. I would block anyway. If they have removal for Bergstrider, it doesn't really matter, because I wouldn't be able to. I don't think I'd be able to comfortably block with Sentinel anyway. I might be wrong about that. I feel like if I don't deal damage, though, there's just no way to win this. Like, they would have done that anyway, and then I would have had to chump the Valkyrie sword, which maybe I would have done. I don't know. Let's see. What? So we go Packmate here to find something. And we can play land. And we can play Inga. And yeah, we want all of these. So yeah, I assume we go in this order. Is that the order we want to do it in? I Berg Shredder, I play it, they lock down, I untap. Then they're going to untap the following turn. So yeah, we probably want to do it in this order. No attacks. So we're at 4. So they can equip their Protector with the Helm. If they have removal for Sentinel after that, we die. Like Demon Bolt here and we die. I'm going to do a land count after this game anyway. Really? They're going to attack with both? Okay. Run amok for the win? That would do it. Alright, they had the run amok. We would have died anyway, even if I had double blocked the ground guy, because they would have just done it on the Glorious Protector and gotten in for 5, so it doesn't matter. Land count, let me make sure. 5, 7, 8, 15, 16. Oh, I did have 18. Okay. Never mind. So we're playing against Hyper Aggro, which means Intruder might look better against like Besker, Shieldmate, and stuff. I think we get rid of the Raven Wings, because I'm not trying to fly over top. So let's bring in, like, Intruder. Let's bring in... Broken Wings. Yeah, we found plenty of targets there. Valkyrie Sword, Tormentor's Helm, Glorious Protector. So probably bringing in Broken Wings. I think we'll swap Recluse for Thought Thief. Maybe... we could do the bind. I still don't love bind, even in this spot where I'm doing against aggro. It's a decent answer for Shieldmate, though. It gets rid of 2 bodies off the board. But you really can't afford to take a ton of damage. Maybe Run Ashore can go. It's probably too slow. I want to bring in these Mists. Yeah, I think Mists is actually pretty good here. So we probably need to cut some top end. Like Morit can probably go. It's a good, powerful card, but I think we need to expand the lower end of this deck. We need to stay busy earlier. I might actually cut Mammoth Growth too for more Mists. Something like this. I'm kind of okay with this. We've got early removal and still more than enough mid to late game to get some victories here, so I'm okay with it. We'll play first. Yeah, it's a keep. We can do turn 2 in Search of Greatness. And we have all 3 colors. I mean, most importantly, all 3 colors, yeah. So we'll scry 1 on turn 3. It's pretty good. And then we can play the Avalanche Caller, which can block that. Burst Rider will keep. We have the Snow to support it as well, so that's good. Definitely blocking if they attack, I think. Yeah, because... kind of eats up their turn. And I'm not going to be able to leave that mana open for a ton of turns, I don't think. I mean, Run Amok is a strong card there, but it's okay. Like I said, it eats up their turn. They can't play something else now. Or, I guess they can, but... Intruder, well... It's not bad, but I don't think it's good enough here. I think we're at the point where we want some actual powerful stuff here. So let's go Pathway, and then pass. Then we're going to do Bergstrider, tapping something down. Mm-mm. So we'll ditch that. Recluse is something. So we'll get our second blue. We'll play the Strider and lock down the Story Seeker. And now we can play Recluse for free, but I think I'd rather just scry. Which is interesting. Recluse can block their Crazy Angel, though. That's nice. Reinforcements, okay. Recluse does not do a great job of blocking little dwarves, though. I feel like in Limited, In Search of Greatness basically just is an awesome scry card. I don't need this, so I think we'll ditch that. I mean, technically it's a blocker, but I think we need to find better, personally. I mean, granted, we're just ripping lands now, but I don't think just Sparrow Sentinel is going to get us to the place we need this game. So we'll go... Let's see here. Guess we'll go like this. Yeah, do I need to block the other way? I'm not sure. So we need to find something else here. I mean, we're just like, what's Inga do? Inga's going to make it so we only take 5, but we can get rid of... I mean, probably need to keep the Inga. Otherwise, I need to dig for Bergstrider. Yeah, we definitely keep Inga now that I'm thinking about it with the Scry 3. Yeah, we keep that. We have to. Have to keep it. So Vorinclex into Pillar, ditch the land. All right. Uh-oh. Yeah, now we actually need to scry this to the bottom so we can lock down the 6/5. Well, let's see. I can afford to take 8 here. Let me think about this. Let's say I keep Vorinclex on top. They attack with everything. I take 8. No, I take 9 because of how Tormentor's Helm is going to work. So that brings me to 1, but I get a body off the board. I feel like I need Pillar on top, actually. I need Pillar right now, or I'm not going to be able to do it. Because I just... That's a tough one, but... I can't afford to take 9, even with getting a Vorinclex out. Does it let them re-equip, or... Okay. I guess we can take a pack mate here. Then we can play it. And land's not going to do it. That's weird. All right. So, lost round 1. We'll see for round 2. All right, round 2. Let's see. 3 blue cards with no blue mana. Yeah, we better mull this one. This one's a keep. And hopefully we can actually rip a green source, because I feel like In Search of Greatness on turn 2 is actually quite good. So, clearly ditch a blue source there. Start with the forest and... see if we can get that In Search of Greatness online here. There we go. Nice. So, In Search of Greatness into Horizon Seeker. Not a bad start. Clarion Spirit. Well, that's a good one. So, let's get the In Search down. Oh, so they're setting themselves up for a 2-spell turn. Definitely leave the Bergstrider. So let's go Seeker here. Probably, my guess is Effigy plus Spell. That would be a safe bet. Okay, well, the nice thing is we can still trade with the Spirit. I probably would have put the counter on the Flyer if I were them, but maybe it'll pan out for them, and they'll probably be able to get some Effigy damage in there. I'll take another Bergstrider, it's fine. So we'll leave it back. Take 4. Alright, Augury Raven. And a Beskar Shield Man, alright. So, ditch the land. Alright, we'll go Bergstrider, tapping Raven. And pass. So next turn, instead of scrying, we can do Bergstrider plus Inga, which is quite good. So taking too much damage here. I guess we can block the Code Spell Cleric and leave our blocker. How much damage do I take? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I probably want to keep my Seeker for future blocking, because they're not going to get a ton more Clarion Spirit value, I don't think. Ditch that. Wait, why didn't I... How come I didn't get to do both? I'm not exactly sure. I think I screwed something up. That's okay. Do our Bergstrider, tap the Raven again. And go Sentinel. And then pass. I think we're dead, though. So hyper aggro again. So we'll just do the same game plan as before, cut some of our top end, and hopefully do a little bit better here. So what did we cut last time? I forget. Probably the Mammoth Growth. The Raven Wings can go. Although Raven Wings can stop their blockers. Maybe I'll reevaluate that one. Run Ashore we probably cut too slow. Seeker seems not very good here. It does find us lands, but not really loving it. Broken Wings can deal with their Hawk or their Raven, but not much else. Yeah, definitely on board with keeping the Raven Wings, I guess, with all their spirits. So even though it's kind of slow, don't really want to do the bind. Could do the Intruder. Don't really like that. Miss isn't even that good against them. It's a little more tricky. I guess I could do Miss of Lit Yara. Anything that buys time is probably okay. Just 2 miss. Is that how I want to do it? 3 miss total. Yeah, I'm not in love with it, to be honest, but I might have to do it that way. Actually, no. We'll do the Recluse. The Recluse makes sense. Yeah, because that blocks the spirits and can trade with the Raven in a pinch. And the Sentinels are fantastic against those too, so that's good. I think we still have enough top end. Don't really want to do Intruder so much. It's okay. It's just not going to be good enough here, I don't think. All right, let's try this, I think. So we'll play first. Yeah, it's a keep. Not my favorite, but certainly a keep. Spirit can get Narfi online too, which is nice. So we probably just miss whatever 2-drop they play, I assume. If they play a 2-drop. Then we can get a Pillar online, which is good. So we go Pillar. Spirit of the Alder Guard's going to find our swamp. And then we can play Narfi. So I'll probably go like Spirit Effigy is my guess. Or Effigy Code Spell Cleric. But that would actually be ideal because then... Okay. We can still block that, so that's nice. Okay, Packmate's a good draw too, but we definitely want the Spirit here because we want that Narfi online next turn. Pretty sure. Yeah. Although now I can do Snow Swamp and play the Packmate plus sleeve up. Yeah, that might even be safer. But we want to maximize our... Yeah. Well, it's a decent choice here, actually. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we do the Packmate and leave up. That way, in case they have a... If they have a counter spell, too, this is actually better. Yeah, this is fine. We draw a card, too. Like, if they have a Disdainful Stroke here or something, this is better for us, I think. Alright, so now we draw. That's cool. Hang out. Alright. So next turn, Narfi, plus we can leave up. Or I could just go for the Vorinclex. Vega. Alright, well they're tapped out, so I feel like it's a good opportunity to do Vorinclex. Let's see, if I get in with Spirit of the Elder Guard, yeah. And then let's say they have an answer and they can bash back for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like they bind the monster. I mean, 9 damage is a lot. I think we go for it here. Because then my follow-up is like Narfi plus an Icebind Pillar, getting rid of blocker. I don't know, it seems okay to me. Morit too. That's cool. I can copy the Spirit of the Elder Guard. Might even be better. See if they have something for it. Could copy the Packmate too. So they did show us another flyer. So Broken Wings plus Broken Wings can break Effigy. We probably bring in the Broken Wings. And maybe cut like a... Could cut the Horizon Seeker. Or I could cut the Thought Thief. Thought Thief is good against them, I feel like, because I can choose them and leave a land on top, and then they can't play 2 spells in a turn, but... Horizon Seeker might be better, and I feel like I'm never gonna have the mana to be able to boast, but we are 3-color, we have to be conscious of that. There might be times where I just need to attack with it to find a snow land. Alright, it's just enough utility over Trogger Thought Thief where I probably do that instead. And yeah, I'm still on board with Broken Wings to take out Vega. Wait, or a Raven. Or blow up an Effigy. Yep. There's enough utility to do that. Certainly. Still don't like Bind. I don't think Bind's good enough. I'd rather do Miss. Everything else, probably okay. Hopefully okay. Well, this hand's tricky, because I don't have any green mana, but we are on the draw. We have 10 sources of green, and we have Mists of Lit Yara here to protect us against some early beats, but this hand's probably not going to do it, I guess. We need to put together something a little bit better. This hand's good. We can probably ditch, probably Mists of Lit Yara, I guess. And... do we do the Packmate Foretell first, or do we do the In Search of Greatness? It's a reasonable question. Can actually just slam a Sculptor too. Maybe that's better. In search now, what does it do? Gets a scry online now. If I do Packmate, it kind of eats up a couple turns. I think I'm actually going to do in search. It might seem weird, but I kind of want to scry now to find our blue. And I can play Sculptor next turn and then hard cast Packmate, which I'm kind of okay with too. I don't think the Seeker, yeah, probably not on this board. I just can't see myself attacking and boasting or having time to do that. Most likely not. So we'll do the Sculptor here. And I guess I can do Pathway next turn. Yeah, it's probably fine. So definitely slam block there. Goldmod Champion. I can tap stuff down, so that's pretty good. Ditch the green because we're still hunting for blue. Did find the blue, which is good. So we'll go blue Packmate. No Snowlands yet, but hopefully we can find that. So, ooh, Broken Wings. So I can, guess take out a Spirit. That's not quite good enough. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from your hand with convert mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost among other. So I can cast this Narfi for free. So we're going to do that. They didn't attack with the champion, which tells me they want to play something there. That's good. We have Broken Wings, so we can do that. Yeah. I want to cast that. That's good. Got a Snowland. Also good. So I only have 5 lands, which means we probably just play... Can't quite be attacking yet, but I can do the Pillar now. This makes better use of mana than Broken Wings anyway. So Pillar, pass, and at the very least I can keep the Valkyrie tapped down. Okay. So Sentinel doesn't really do that much here. Morat, on the other hand, looks pretty slick. Yeah. 2 blue, though, so it's going to take our Snowland in order to do that. So I can cast Morat for free next turn, so I think I'm just going to damage prevent instead, which means I guess I can get a black man out, even though we already have Narfi. And then... pass, and I can tap down the Spirit and Broken Wings the Valkyrie, which seems pretty good. Okay. So, wait. I'm confused. Is this not a permanent? To 1 plus the highest converted mana cost. So it has to be... I think I have a better understanding of why it's not working now. It really only affects a very specific thing. So it's not a huge deal, but let's get more it down, or try to. We'll see if we get stroked here. Yeah, unfortunately we did, which is really bad. Now I definitely wish I had cast it last turn, but I misread In Search of Greatness. I kind of felt like In Search of Greatness was too good to be true, and now I kind of get it. It's much more specific than I realized. So now, unfortunately, we're just in huge trouble. So just a very, very costly misreading of In Search of Greatness. Very, very costly. Yeah, so super unfortunate. Definitely wish it would have worked the way I wanted it to, but not so much. So ditch that, ditch this. Yeah, we need our fat. Those aren't gonna do it. And this has pro god creatures flash first strike. Okay. So let's see. If I tap the spirit, they can attack with everything. Tap something with the champ, block the champ, take 5. I think I'm gonna have to be okay with that. So ditch that. So we go Raven Wings, equip. Pass. So we tap Goldmot Champion now. Yeah, In Search of Greatness, kind of a confusing card. You feel like it lets you cast basically anything as long as it's within. If you just read it real quick, because there's a lot of text on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from your hand with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost. So it's not equal to or less than. It's one specific cost, and that's it. So basically, it's a scry engine, is how you should think about it 99% of the time in Limited, which is fine. It's still a good card as a 2-mana scry engine, in my mind. I think that's perfectly acceptably good, but it was super costly upon my misreading there. Why are they not attacking with Sigrid? Oh, because they don't want me to get my Deuter back? Okay, I guess that makes sense. Wait, I should block here. And I guess we block here. So Avalanche Caller, it's not good enough here, is it? Is it keep me alive? Tap Goldmot Champion, have 3 blockers, block Sky, block there, block there. It does keep me alive, so we'll keep it. I think. Assuming they have nothing. So we'll play the Avalanche Caller. And pass. Guess I can keep Snowlands now, since Avalanche Caller at least will do something. Oh, geez. Well, that's not going to do it. For us, I mean. Bergstrider's pretty sweet here, though. Oh, but I only have the 1 blue. I probably still have to keep it. I can't imagine I have something else that does something here, so we'll have to cast this and lock up a champion and then pass. And they can tap something down, and I think we die. So kind of a disappointing loss. Very disappointing losses with this deck. It's funny, my last draft deck was one of the most unimpressive builds I've seen in a while. We go 6-2. This deck, I loved it on paper, and we're just getting creamed in every single round here. So that's not good. Just doing quick math, which I haven't bothered to do because if we're dead, we're dead. I don't see the point in doing the math. They tap our Packmate. We have 3 blockers. We can block a champion. We can block a Shieldmate. We can block Sigrid. So we actually don't die, I don't think. Or maybe we do. No, I'm wrong. I think I overlooked the spirit. So, flyer, 2-3, and this, and we still die. Yeah, but better do the best blocks even if you're gonna die. These are the best blocks we can do. But yep, we still die. And that is that. All right, we'll see you for round 3. All right, round 3. I like this keep, actually. It looks good. Turn 3, Thought Thief. Turn 4, Pillar plus tap. It seems good. We have all 3 colors now, too. That's nice. Sure. Ooh, Bergstrider's a good draw. So let's go get our 3 colors online. Not that it really matters here, I guess, but let's do the Thought Thief, and I'll still do my opponent. Immersturm Raider. I feel like they can keep that. It's low end of power enough. Although it attacks into both my guys. Maybe not. Alright. Change my mind. So I'm willing to trade off my dudes here. I mean, if I had a choice between them drawing an Immersturm Raider or a land, I guess I'd rather them draw a land. But I don't know what's in their hand, so... Like, I would have let them kept Raider if I had something on board with 3 toughness, but since I don't like it as much. But we'll trade both of these off because I don't think it matters. The things we lost I don't care about. That's good news. And they don't have a play either, which is also good news. So we can do Pillar here and keep stuff tapped down. And then we can go Bergstrider into Vorinclex. That's pretty good. They can Immersturm Skullcairn us, but I don't think that matters. I mean, technically it keeps us off our 6th land for Vorinclex, I guess, so maybe it is a big deal, but kind of okay with this. Let's do Inga and Scry. We'll find our 3rd land, and or we won't. Wow. Well, I probably still just... Do I need to keep the... I guess I don't need to keep the Raven Wings. I don't need to keep Raven Wings. So, I'm not technically going to be able to play... I mean, they could Skull Raid us here and we lose our cards, but then I'm just playing a Berg Raider like, I think we're still fine. Yeah. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to tap it on my turn anyway, but we'll just do it anyway. So Bergstrider into Bergstrider into possibly Vorinclex or Packmate at worst plus tap. I'd say we're set up reasonably well here. Oh. Oh, do they have the sack value too? Wow, nice value. Super good value there. Nice. Good value. All right, we'll go Bergstrider. Yeah, unfortunately, Shackles of Treachery quite good against us because we have a lot of fatties. All right, so we go Packmate. Miss, huh? Okay. Just re-equip, that's fine. So 6. Let's see, if I do Vorinclex, smash with team, we threaten lethal, and yeah. So, back-to-back-to-back aggro matches, which is unfortunate because our deck is not super well geared for hyper aggro. I feel like our deck is really good against mid-range, but certainly aggro would be our weakest matchup here because we don't have much life gain or cheap removal. But we'll cut the run ashore again, even though it does kill tokens, which is decent against our opponent, but not good enough, I don't think. They're running just 2-drop dot deck. Intruder actually looks fantastic here because they're running at least... I mean, look at all these 2-1s. They've got multiple Immersturm Raiders, Coma's Faithful. Yeah, like, Intruder is like a bomb in this matchup. Bomb 1-drop. Could do the Bind the Monster. Again, another chance to do that. I still don't really like it, but I can consider it at least. I think we can cut Morit again. I feel like I can cut Mammoth Growth. I feel like I can cut Morit. Morit's not bad. Maybe I cut the Horizon Seeker instead because it's a 3-drop. That, like, 2 3s are just so much better in this matchup, but I don't have 2 3s, so no luxuries there. Probably can cut the Raven Wings. So I'm not going to fly over top of my opponent's stuff. No way. So I could leave it like this. They didn't show us any flyers, right? They did show us, I guess, a couple Broken Wings targets. Just the Carter's Victory and the Draugr's Helm. I don't like these 3/2s that we have, but I think I'm going to keep them. My other option is to play the Bind over the Seeker because it's just a lot cheaper. But I think I'll keep it like this. If I have to end up trading my Horizon Seeker for one of their 2/1s, I'm not going to be thrilled about it, but it's probably more useful to us than a Bind the Monster. Bind the Monster for me is like you're either playing hyper aggro and it's good, and that's it. This hand is fine. Avalanche Caller being a 1/3 is actually very relevant. I could see myself thought thiefing myself this game since I look like I might be hungry for lands. Well, it's an easy opportunity to discard Narfi and find it someday. Bring it back someday. Faithful, sure. Let's do Thought Thief targeting ourselves. Because we're basically ditching anything that's not a land. Let's see, a 4th. Yeah, I still think we keep it. It's not a snow land, and it's not a second blue for Morit, but it gets us closer to Bergstrider, so seems good to me. Although now I guess I'm going to end up milling it if they attack with Faithful. That's true, actually. Could take the 3 here. So I guaranteed get the land. Yeah, you know what? I think it's actually worth it. Because now I might be able to Missive Lit Yara next time they attack and eat the Faithful. And I kind of want this land. Like, I definitely want to draw land here, so... Alright, Craven Hulk. That's fine. So this could potentially work out well for us here. So I can activate our Snowland, and then I can use Mists of Lit Yara to weaken whatever is coming the land's way. Although if our land ends up dying, we're in some trouble. Okay, so we'll activate the Snow Island. They can, like, village rights, which I guess I'm okay with. They can run amok, which still ends up killing our island. Should be quite bad for us, as well as getting rid of our only snowland. I mean, another option would have been to block it with Avalanche Caller and Draugr Thought Thief. But I feel like our dudes are a little more susceptible to more removal, like Frostbite, for example, 1 mana common. But that I'm okay with. Like, they've already shown us they've got the Shackles of Treachery, so I'm a little more on board with them doing that while we're kind of hunting for our 5th land anyway. All right, another Mists of Lit Yara. Well, I think we still just hang out. Still a blue land away from Morit. I don't know what I'd want to copy. So they can blow up our Avalanche Caller. So I guess we'll activate the Snow Island before our Caller goes down. So think we probably missed the Coma's Faithful now. Just because it makes use of mana. I could have saved the miss as discard fodder for Carter's Vicious Return because I'm going to have to discard. But yeah, that might have made more sense in hindsight. Especially now that I can just tap it down. But whatever. So I guess we'll discard... because they're going to bring back Disciple. So I guess that means I'm discarding Vorinclex, sadly. Sadly, I'm discarding Vorinclex. Because otherwise I have to rip a land, or else they're going to bring back... Or are they going to bring back the Craven Hulk? No, I can't risk it. I think I have to discard Vorinclex. So Morit can copy Bergstrider to give us a 6/6. Or I can copy the Thought Thief, but I'd rather copy the Bergstrider. So definitely should have just held on to the miss of Lityara as discard fodder. That would have been smarter. Big oversight on my part. Do they have another Village Rites? They do. Last card, as a matter of fact. Oh, and a Dragonkin Berserker. Nice. Alright, so... hopefully they bring back the Craven Hulk, because I'm gonna... Bergstrider the Berserker here. Craven Hulk would at least be a 5/5, so that's why I'm hoping they bring that back instead. Because then it would allow me to keep my Morit. They're definitely pondering what they're going to do. That's probably ultimately better for us, to be honest. We're going to take 5 here. Oh, wow. They got a sweet deck. They turned out to just have a really sweet deck. So... well, the problem now is our Mists of Lityara just suddenly got way worse. So I can lock down... I basically have to lock down... the Predator, I guess. Oh yeah, they can tap and exile. I forgot. So I can get in for 7 here. I don't know what I'm going to do about the Berserker is the problem, because they're going to attack with both. I could just attack with the Thought Thief, I guess. It's probably just not good enough is the problem. Because Berserker's going to be able to spit out a dragon. So their deck turned out to just be really amazingly good. Because they've got some strong stuff there with the Immersturm Predator and Dragonkin Berserker alone. They showed us they have some really strong rares in there, so that's a problem. If they have Jarl, we're super toast. Because they could just first strike kill our thing. Yeah, we are so dead, it's not even funny. I don't even need to look at the next card. We're so dead. All right. So we'll go to the next one. And Ravenform seems actually necessary now because we don't have any other way to deal with Exile or Berserker, really. And on top of that, I don't even like Mists of Lit Yara in this matchup anymore. I don't like giving them 1/1 flyers either. It's horrible for us, but desperate times call for desperate measures here, so I think that's how we have to do it. Yeah, I think that's all we got. When you're running Raven form as your removal against hyper aggro, you should not feel good. And I don't. I don't feel good about that at all. So, all right, we'll play first. Yeah, we keep it. Yes, it's a handful of lands, but got the Avalanche Caller, so what could go wrong? No red mana from our opponent. It's important to note. Okay. Bergstrider. Well, I can Raven form the Berserker now. But I think we attack for another 4. Because they're still 2 lands away from I guess I could have played Bergstrider that turn, huh? Yeah, maybe that would have been better. I got in for 4 damage instead, but yeah, Bergstrider might have actually been better there. So we'll discard a land. So Strider on the Berserker. So next turn I can still activate the Snow Land plus Raven form the Berserker post combat. Okay, can't do anything about that. Intruder's kind of cool. So, let's see here. Yeah, Intruder's actually pretty cool. But I don't think I have the mana to do everything I want to do I? Like, we can activate this. Can attack for 4. I guess I can do everything I want, huh? Because they might double block, but they don't. I'm going to Raven form the Berserker. And then I can still Intruder. I guess if I need to. They can Immersturm Skull Cairn, but we'll just lose a Intruder. Actually, we won't even lose the Intruder, which is nice. We're just really hunting for some more some more snowlands here. So they wisely block with, well, if they block with all 3, I guess I just kill 3 creatures. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Okay. Because now they can't actually block with the Hulk. I'm leaving, so sandbag the land, although now we can't cast Foreign Klex. Alright, we'll play the land pass. They can use Immersturm, Skull Cairn, but then we can flash out an Intruder. Still just like another snowland away from looking decent here. Kind of just want them to use the Skull Cairn and get it out of the way. So I'll just do the Intruder. It's fine. I'm going to prevent the damage. They might have Jarl here, but I'm just going to prevent the damage. If they have Jarl, so be it. I don't have any snowlands currently, so... And we still have like 2 Bergstriders and... Morit and all that nonsense, so... Alright, Ice Tunnel is reasonable. It is another snowland. It's also a black mana. Not that that's important currently. Wait, did I not block their bird with my Sentinel all these turns? I screwed up so badly. I always do that. Why does this card not seem like it has reach, even though it does? I think that's the big question. Well, currently I have lethal. They don't have follow-up, but they have 3 cards in hand. I wonder if I just need to prevent 4 damage now. I don't know if this is right, to be honest, but... I probably took some extra damage there that I didn't need to from their birds. Well, I wish I could do more than I can do here. So, there is that. They can attack back with their Faithfuls, but at this point we probably have to block with like Sentinel and Sculptor on their Faithfuls. And then we basically just have to hope we rip it's not even enough, so this doesn't look winnable, to be quite frank and honest. Like, I don't want to lose my reach guy so that I have an actual way to block the Predator, but at the same time, I don't see how I win without the Avalanche Caller. I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I could have left up Avalanche Caller, but then they're just still smashing me with Immersturm Predator, which doesn't seem very good. Oh, I did get Narfi in the yard. That's cool. Too bad I can't bring it back. So Jaspera Sentinel can block the Predator. And then I have to leave the tunnel up to block the Craven Hulk. Which I guess I should have done last turn. But then I guess they would have had the 3/1s. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It's all ugly to me. I don't know. How many Snowlands do we have left? We might not have that many left. Got one out. And how many in the yard? 1, 2 in the yard. So we have 2 Snowlands left. That's good to know. Yeah, I wish I could bring Narfi back, but I can't. And there's just not nearly enough ways to... I do have Raven form for Predator. I guess that's a way to deal with it. But we didn't get it. All right. Ended up going 0-3 with this deck, which is too bad. Like I said, I really like this deck a lot. This is a sweet deck. A lot of fun. A lot of cool things going on with it. Pretty easy Black Splash. Narfi's a great card too. So pretty surprised to go 0-3 with it, but such is Magic. Nothing you can do about it. 3 pretty poor matchups too. I think our one weakness would have been hyper aggro, and we went hyper aggro match into hyper aggro match into hyper aggro match. So not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, super powerful deck. Like, we just had so many powerful things going on here. I'm glad we got to try out In Search of Greatness. I still like this card. I'm glad I actually know what it does now. Really goes to show you can read a card and still have no idea what it does until you actually play it. At least if you're me. If you're Alex Stephenson, you can read things and not understand them. All right. Well, I guess that is that. Hope you enjoyed it anyway. Went 0-3. Always a humbling experience. We'll see you for the next one.